On my birthday, my boyfriend of 5 years broke up with me. I said yes. The next day, he posted a selfie on Instagram. In the photo, he and Brittany sat in their brand new BMW, marriage certificates in hand, smiling and flashing a heart gesture at the lens. Caption: starting a brand new life. I gave a cold laugh, opened my banking app, and counted the digits from right to left: ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. But before we go on, please subscribe to this channel and tell us in the comments where you're listening from. On the morning I turned 29, I'd just received earth-shattering good news and was bursting to share it with my boyfriend, Blake. Before I could open my mouth, his face darkened. "Serena, let's break up." My smile melted away. I stared at him and said nothing. "The lease ends at the end of the month. All that Dylan we bought stays with you. I'll only take my laptop and a few changes of clothes." He tried to sound generous. I laughed in angry disbelief. Dylan? Did he mean the beat-up gaming desk he'd found secondhand, or the fan that no longer oscillated? Maybe my scorn was too obvious because he started to squirm. "And our joint card, it's in your name, so whatever's left in there is yours too." I rolled my eyes. Back then we'd agreed. Each of us would put half of every paycheck into one account for shared expenses. But he's in sales. The base salary is pitiful and commissions fluctuate. Especially the first couple of years, when he was too proud to sweet-talk clients, he ranked dead last every month. Even if he dumped his entire paycheck in, it wasn't enough, so I kept subsidizing the difference. Later, thanks to his pretty boy face and aloof charm, he finally roped in a few clients and his numbers picked up. Income rose, but his taste for the high life rose faster. So here we are, not even month-end, and the account is bone dry. The remaining balance won't cover groceries for tomorrow. And he has the nerve to call that a parting gift? My face went stony. I swallowed the fury churning inside me and said pointedly, "Don't you have anything else to tell me?" He froze, eyes dodging mine, then switched to earnest mode. "Don't be like this. I know you're hurting. I don't want to hurt you either. But feelings can't be forced, right? Ending it now is better for both our futures. I don't want you stuck suffering with me forever." Forget it. Maybe the pressure finally crushed him. Maybe that's why he's dumping what we had. I exhaled, softening, and was just about to blurt my own blockbuster news when my ringtone cut in. An unknown number. He glanced over and turned visibly tense. "Probably spam, Serena. Don't pick up strange numbers." His panic set off alarms in my head. Women's intuition. This call is anything but random. I lifted the phone, accepted the call, and hit speaker. "Hello, is this Serena?" A woman's voice. He shot to his feet, lunging to snatch the handset, but I was ready and sidestepped him. "Speaking." I already suspected what was coming. My fingers trembled. "I'm his girlfriend. Is he still at your place? Please tell him to come home soon. I've made dinner and I'm waiting." She hung up before I could answer. I tilted my head toward the ceiling, inhaled twice, and forced the tears back down. After a moment, I turned to him, whose secret was now splattered across the room, and demanded, "If she's your girlfriend, what the hell am I?" "Serena, I'm sorry. I never meant for this. But emotions aren't something I can control." He buried his face in his hands, the picture of regret. Same old story. The moment things get messy, he plays ostrich, as if hiding his head makes the problem vanish. In the past, I would have crouched beside him, comforted him, figured out a fix. Not this time. "I'm done." "You." Another ring interrupted me. This time it was his phone. He pulled it out, panic flicking between the screen and me, then rejected the call. I caught the caller ID. Brittany. Irony, anyone? I'd never once snooped through his phone. Maybe my trust gave him the guts to run wild. "How long has this been going on?" I couldn't help asking. "About 6 months." He stared at the floor, uneasy. No wonder his contributions to the joint card had dwindled while his own spending had exploded. I'd blamed the sluggish economy and, afraid of stressing him, never questioned it, just quietly covered his whims with my own cash. Turns out he was bankrolling another woman. I clenched my teeth, nails digging into my palms, lecturing myself. Stay calm, stay calm. "Serena, the best is yet to come." My phone rang again. Same number. Impatient little thing, isn't she? I smirked and answered. Brittany's shriek flooded the room. "Serena, have you no shame? He already dumped you. Stop clinging like some desperate leech." "I'll spell it out. You two are over. Woman to woman, back off before you embarrass yourself." He couldn't take it anymore. He grabbed my phone and ended the call. I couldn't stop the tears. His face was frantic. He wouldn't meet my eyes. "I'm leaving. From now on, take care of yourself." With that, he grabbed the suitcase he'd already packed and walked out without a backward glance. That night I lay alone in the studio apartment, tossing, unable to sleep. 5 years. How many 5-year chunks does a person get? He and I were both kids from ordinary families in some fourth-tier city. After college we'd fought for a toehold in the same town. We met at a friend's party. Back then we'd just graduated, had already taken a few knocks from the world, yet still clung to a shred of dream, unwilling to let go of the ache in our hearts. The day I got together with him was my birthday. It poured that evening, and he hadn't brought an umbrella. In the rain he hunched over, shielding a tiny cake in his arms, ran up to me and said with a grin, "Serena, happy birthday." I stared at him, soaked through, and my heart melted. Since becoming an adult, no one but my parents had remembered my birthday. He was the only one. From then on, in this cold concrete jungle, two lonely souls leaned on each other for warmth. "Serena, I'm going to celebrate every single birthday with you. Serena, once I make money I'll buy you a car. I'll drive you to work and back every day. No, by then you won't need to work at all. I'll support you. I'll take you out cruising. We'll eat great food, see beautiful places, travel the world." He loved to dream, so I dreamed with him. Because in every one of his dreams, there was me. Back then I truly believed that as long as we had love, no hardship counted as hardship. I worked overtime, scrimped and saved, just to put away more money so we could buy a home of our own sooner. The bubble tea shop next to the marketing firm rolled out a new flavor, $18 a cup, and all my coworkers were lining up. I itched to try it, but he talked me out of it. "That stuff's pure sugar. What's so good about it? Plain water is healthiest." I felt a little deflated, yet I had to admit he had a point. Isn't money saved exactly one tiny pinch at a time? Yet the next minute he strolled out of the corner lotto kiosk with $50 worth of quick-pick tickets, glowing as he told me, "I'm not spending, I'm investing." He loved the lottery. He bought a ticket every draw. After each purchase he'd start fantasizing, painting elaborate pictures for me. "Serena, once I hit the jackpot we'll buy a mansion, a luxury ride. Screw that lousy job. We'll quit in style." I felt the spark too. "Serena, after we buy the house let's get married." "Jordan," I started dreaming up our wedding. Except winning is a 1 in a million fluke, and it almost never happened. Most of the time the money just vanished into the void. Each time the numbers came out he was crushed. I comforted him. "It's fine really, think of it as charity," racking up karma. "Look, my side gig made me an extra $200 today. Let me take you out for something yummy. Buy enough tickets and you'll scrape a small win now and then." The biggest I remember was 10 grand. He was finally triumphant, magnanimous. "Serena, come on, we're going shopping. Buy whatever you want." We circled the mall for hours. "Everything here is so expensive. Let's not." Years of penny pinching had trained me to check price tags first. Clothes that cost hundreds or thousands made my heart ache. In the end, after all that roaming, I picked 2 outfits for him and 1 off-season dress on clearance for myself. The remaining $7,000 I wanted to bank for our future place, but Blake balked. "Serena, I've had my eye on a new computer. That computer cost $8,000. I couldn't talk him out of it. I chipped in and bought it for him. After that Blake chased the lottery even harder. "Serena, wait and see. I'll nail the grand prize sooner or later. I'll throw you the most lavish wedding. Your parents and friends will all envy you." He kept spinning gorgeous dreams, and I was like someone drugged, happy to swallow every one. Now the dream was about to come true, but he'd had a change of heart. Scene after scene whirled through my head like a spinning lantern. Dawn was near, and my tears had run dry. Maybe he walked away only because he hadn't heard the news yet. Once he knows, he'll come looking for me. After all, he promised to give me happiness. With that thought I drifted into a fitful sleep. When I woke again it was past 2 in the afternoon. I unlocked my phone to find 7 missed calls and dozens of unread WhatsApp messages. Had he changed his mind? My heart pounded. I rubbed my sore eyes and opened them at once. "Serena, check his Instagram. WTF happened with you and Blake? You guys were fine the other day. Serena, are you okay? Please don't do anything crazy. Call me back." Not him. All the calls and messages were from Maya, his coworker and my best friend. She was the one who'd introduced me to him. Just as disappointment washed over me, Maya rang again. I picked up. "Serena, thank God you answered. You scared me to death." "I'm fine." My voice came out hoarse. "Don't say you're fine. That scumbag Blake, I swear he didn't show up for work today. When I see him I'm gonna punch his lights out." On the other end Maya ranted, cursing Blake to hell and back. When she finally ran out of steam, she added, bewildered, "Did he win the lottery or land some sugar mama?" I tried calling to cuss him out and the jerk blocked me. "Win the lottery? Rich wife. I froze. The second the call ended, I opened Instagram, and the first thing I saw was his 9-picture grid. Luxury cars, gourmet food, cocktails, roses, a marriage certificate, a diamond ring. Everything I'd once daydreamed about was right there in his photos. In the center of the grid was a sweet selfie. In it, he and that woman sat in the brand new BMW they'd just picked up, fingers laced, marriage certificate in hand, flashing a heart gesture at the lens. Caption: starting a brand new life. Their smiles stabbed my eyes. The heart I'd thought was already numb prickled all over, sharp as needles. So he knew the news. Maybe that was why he'd rushed to break up with me. How could he? I was the one who paid for that lottery ticket. Rage blotted out reason. My fingers shook as I grabbed the phone and called Blake. It connected. Before I could say a word, a woman's voice answered. Serena, I'm warning you, he is my husband now. Stop harassing him. Blake, that lottery ticket, I'm the one who shelled out the cash. I was shaking. What garbage are you spouting? My husband bought it himself. We're married now. Even if it hits the jackpot, it's our joint property. What's it got to do with you? The woman laughed smugly, then cut the line. Furious, I dialed again, only to discover I'd been blocked. I slumped to the floor, drained, barely believing this was real. The day before my birthday, he had chosen his numbers. I was heading out for groceries, so he asked me to swing by the corner store and pick up the ticket. Consider this your birthday present. Half joking, half serious. Sure, I felt a twinge of disappointment, but I let it go. Every year he'd given me something small, inexpensive but thoughtful. Maybe this time he was planning a surprise. I let myself hope. Except the clerk accidentally misprinted the digits. Oh no, what now? The cashier looked troubled. That slip cost $62. If no one bought it, the loss came out of his pocket. Running a little business is tough. What if this one hits? I softened. Forget it, I'll take that one too. Run another one with the numbers I wrote. So I walked out with 2 tickets. Afraid he would fuss over the extra spend, I kept quiet. I casually tucked one into his drawer and dropped the other into my purse. That night the numbers were drawn. He was wired, checking the notebook where he'd jotted his digits, then his phone over and over. I teased him. Well, hit the grand prize. And no. Come on, things like that don't happen. He set the notebook down fast, sighing to cover his nerves. I didn't push it. Next afternoon, bored, I fished my ticket out of my bag and compared it to the winning line. One number, too. The further I went, the faster my heart pounded. By the end, I could hardly believe my eyes. Every digit matched. I'd hit the jackpot. Euphoric, I called Blake. Come home now. I've got news. I wanted to surprise him. While I waited, I replayed every dream I'd ever spun, floating like I was asleep. I kept pinching my thigh. Ow! It hurt. No dream. I was so happy I felt stupid. I never expected that the first thing he'd say when he walked through the door was, "Let's break up." The ticket. Right, the ticket. I scrambled up, clinging to a sliver of hope, and yanked open his drawer. Gone. He'd taken it. Panicking, I fumbled for my purse. Thank God, mine was still there. I stared, checking every digit. Yes, this was the winning ticket, no mistake. I opened my photo gallery and pulled up the shot I'd taken of his handwritten numbers. They matched the ticket in my hand exactly, which meant mine was the real jackpot winner. And the one Blake swiped was the misprint. He hadn't won a cent. Then where had he found the money for sports cars and diamond rings? I didn't get it. But none of that mattered now. I smiled coldly. Blake, since you showed no loyalty, don't blame me for showing none either. Alex, no more delay. I picked the plainest clothes I owned, pulled on a mask and a sun hat, wrapped up so only my eyes showed. Finally, I slid the ticket into an inside pocket, checked my bag for ID, made sure everything was there, and took the subway downtown. Claiming the prize was a tangle of paperwork. I stayed calm and cooperative. How could it not be tedious? After all, we were talking million. Tax withholding alone ate over 20 million. I'd never seen money like that in my life. I fought to steady my pulse as I signed my name with trembling fingers. Everyone around me envied me. Bank reps on site set up a brand new account on the spot. The debit card felt featherlight in my hand, the whole thing surreal. On the ride home, I opened the newly linked banking app and stared at the long balance, counting from the right. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, millions, tens of millions. Cold numbers on a screen. But inside my chest, everything was burning hot. Who cares about a scumbag? From now on, Serena, I'm starting a brand new life. I didn't go back to the studio apartment. I went straight to the realtor and paid cash for the dream home I'd been eyeing for months. The place was freshly renovated, Dylan already in place. I only needed to pick up a few daily essentials before moving right in. Once the keys were in my hand, it finally felt real, This wasn't a dream. After everything was settled, I called Maya and asked her to dinner. But as luck would have it, while I waited for her shift to end, I ran into Blake pulling up in his new car, Brittany riding shotgun, here to flaunt at the marketing firm. He was head to toe in fresh designer labels, carrying himself like he owned the place. "I'm here to quit. I'm done taking orders." He sounded loaded with bravado. "Whoa, Blake, you strike it rich?" A co-worker's voice oozed envy. "Ah, nothing huge, just a little windfall. I'm sick of swallowing insults for a paycheck." "Bro, don't forget us little people when you're living the high life. Throw us a rope." Someone in the crowd egged him on. All those jealous, admiring stares fed his ego like gasoline on a bonfire. Sure, drinks on me later." He waved them off, already sweating. The jackpot had gone to his head, and Brittany was rushing him to the courthouse. Every flashy purchase today had been slapped on maxed-out credit cards. Even the car was financed. His plastic was tapped out, no room left to flex. Right now he literally couldn't spare cash for a real show of wealth. But hey, small stuff. Once he claims the prize tomorrow, none of this will matter. He stood ramrod straight, basking in his moment. I hovered at the edge of the crowd, watching the smug performance, and my stomach turned. How on earth did I ever fall for this loser? I was still kicking myself when Blake spotted me. His face darkened with disgust. "We already broke up. Why are you stalking me here?" Before I could deny it, Brittany, glued to his side, stepped forward, bristling. "Serena, have some shame. We're legally married. Stop chasing what you lost. Are you that desperate for a man?" Instantly, onlookers circled like it was premium reality TV. "Isn't that his girlfriend? When did they split? Didn't you see his Instagram today? He got married. This one's the ex. Wow, promoted, rich, and wife swapped all in one day. Poor girl. Talk about jackpot luck, for him anyway." The chatter flew everywhere. I folded my arms, let out a cold laugh. Some people kiss a toad and assume everyone wants the toad. Newsflash: garbage I toss stays on the curb. You. His complexion cycled from pale to crimson. Brittany latched tighter to his arm, pressed herself against him, and glared at me. "Sure sounds like sour grapes to me. Someone can't stand being replaced." I sneered. "What's to envy? A professional moocher?" She rushed the marriage license, dreaming of splitting the fortune? Fine, let them stay shackled and share the incoming debt avalanche. I turned to leave just as Maya arrived. "Blake, you dirtbag. You cheated on Serena, and now you parade your trashy Brittany through the office? Have you no shame?" Maya was livid. She snatched folders off a nearby desk and flung them like frisbees at the happy couple. Co-workers who'd always hated the pair quietly handed her more ammo. In the chaos, paper rained down. The two lovebirds couldn't even shield themselves. He yanked Brittany in front of him as a human shield while shouting for help. "Assault! Call the cops now." No one felt like ruining the entertainment. I stepped in, caught the exhausted Maya by the arm, and coaxed her. "Enough, let's go. Trash gets taken out by karma. Wasting more breath on them isn't worth it." I wanted to treat Maya. She resisted, so I sighed. Spending money buys happiness. "Let me spoil you tonight." She finally gave in. I nibbled my lip, then decided to keep my jackpot secret for now. "Maya, I'm quitting. I need a long trip. I kept saving for a house and denied myself everything. Time I stopped shortchanging me." Her eyes softened, she nodded. "Fresh scenery will do you good." Remembering his loud display, Maya bristled again. "Did that jerk actually hit the jackpot?" She probed. "Maybe a little something," I murmured, eyes down. "The grand prize, no chance. A second-tier payout of a few grand, possibly. Unfreaking believable, karma's blind." Maya chomped her skewer, then snuck a glance to check my reaction. Seeing me calm, she relaxed and added, "Don't worry, Serena. We'll find someone 1,000,000 times better." I smiled. Whether another great guy shows up, doesn't matter. All I know is, with or without a man, I'm going to live amazingly. Worried he might come sniffing around about the ticket, I moved into the new place that very night. I texted my landlord, "I'm out, keep the deposit and whatever's left inside." Next morning, I marched into the marketing firm and handed in my resignation letter. Welcome to the digital age, gossip travels at light speed. In the single night since the showdown, the entire office knew Serena had been dumped by her suddenly mega-rich ex. My direct supervisor was a woman in her 40s, Ms. Sue, usually strict with me. When I took my resignation letter to her for her signature, she looked me over several times on the verge of saying something, but in the end said nothing and simply signed with brisk efficiency. Then, right in front of me, she called HR. "Settle Serena's paycheck for the full month, no deduction for days off." "Quinn." I smiled in gratitude. "It's nothing. Serena, you're still young. life is long. Learn to look forward. Wherever you fall, get up from there. Supervisor Sue patted my shoulder, her words earnest and weighty. I will. I nodded. After every handoff was finished, and I walked out of the marketing firm, I bought a high-speed rail ticket on my phone and set off on a leave-right-now trip. I swapped to a new phone and a new number. Once I had enough money, my whole body unclenched. I felt looser, kinder, and everything I saw looked beautiful. A week later, I got a call from Maya. He came to the office today. Do you know what he wanted? She was whispering theatrically, voice fizzy with excitement. What? He came to claim the paycheck for the half-month he worked ages ago. Maya's exaggerated shriek traveled through the receiver. I switched to speaker, cradled a coconut, and stood at the floor-to-ceiling window facing the sea, smiling without answering. Remember how arrogant and cocky he was when he quit? Now he's begging for pocket change like a panhandler. Didn't he hit the jackpot and buy a luxury car? Spend it all already. Who knows? I sipped the coconut juice indifferent. He even asked me for your contact, said it was urgent. Puffed, like I'd help that ghost. Maya, you're the best. I'll bring you a souvenir when I'm back. I thanked her sincerely. The scenery outside was too gorgeous. I decided I didn't want to return yet and chose to stay abroad as a slow traveler. I opened a new social media account, casually filming beautiful sights, recording people I met, telling stories I lived, helping whoever needed help. Starting with the simple wish to document and share beauty, I unexpectedly attracted a sea of followers, and Jordan provided another decent income stream. At last I could spend money with a clear conscience. I bought my family a new house, and for Maya's birthday I sent her the dream car she'd always wanted. In between, scattered news of Blake reached me. He sold the car. He bought lottery tickets frantically, rarely winning. He borrowed from everyone, even took out predatory loans, becoming a notorious deadbeat on Instagram. He got divorced. Word was the split was hideous. He clung to the woman, refusing to let go, blaming her for pushing him into early splurging. Loans, the car, the diamond ring, saddling him with debt. The woman, furious, counter-accused him of marriage fraud. You said you hit the grand prize. Why else would I marry you? Where's the money? I did win. The numbers I wrote matched the winning numbers exactly. Yeah, big deal, you wrote them. You didn't even buy the right ticket. A man who can't check a lottery number is trash. It's all Serena's fault. She bought the ticket for me, she messed it up. Always blaming others, you coward. I'm a coward? What does that make you, bitch? The two came to blows and ended up at the police station. To shed him for good, the woman walked away with nothing, but he still skinned her alive. Karma served hot. Maya crowed on the phone. Good thing you bought the wrong ticket. Do you know how much the grand prize was? 148 million. If that scumbag had cashed it, I'd never sleep again. I patted my chest, secretly rejoicing. Thank heaven I'd seen the jerk's true colors in time. I unlocked my phone and donated another sum to kids in poor mountain villages. I believe, compared with buying lottery tickets, quietly doing good brings real blessings. One day a new follower popped up on my account. He DM'd me. Serena, I miss you. My gut said it was Blake. I ignored him and hit block. So he camped in the comments section, wailing theatrically, wrapping himself in a reformed bad boy act, pining for our good old days, confessing every mistake. He wanted me back. My comment area exploded. Onlookers everywhere. Some sided with me. Don't eat vomit, girl. Some sided with him. A prodigal who returns is worth gold. I'd meant to stay silent, but his circus was hurting my account. Jordan, I replied. I thank you. Your hurt made me who I am. But in my heart, you're already dead. With that, the farce finally drew its curtain, and my beautiful life has only just begun. Thanks for listening to today's story. If you liked the video, please hit like and share it with friends. We look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more wonderful stories. See you next time.